stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Gamers! Save mode! Gamers, hello, it's the Game Faerie, and welcome back to more Doki Literature Club. It's the Game Faerie Podcast, where I, the Game Faerie, play great games for on the go. Pew! And today, yes indeed, we are back in the classroom where something was wrong with Sayori and Link couldn't quite crack the code. So Monica saunters over to see if she can brighten Sayori's day. Let's continue on. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Okay, welcome to round 3 of the poems. We're gonna have Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. And we are going to start with Sayori. Let's go, girlie. Come on now. We see Sayori, and she slightly lowered her eyebrows. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Link. Thanks. Link is silent. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything all right? Her eyes open tremendously, her mouth wide. Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, all right. Hey, Link. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. Redness on her cheeks. But in the end... Yeah? I guess you're the one that likes this one the most. Why? Why don't you want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No! Link! I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Tears forming in her eyes. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori! I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori! I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me, what will cheer you up? Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Link. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. Her eyes closed. I'm gonna go home a bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out the classroom, humming to herself. Okay. I don't like that. I almost feel like maybe we should leave after her, but that's not an option. So we will continue down the line of poems. Next up, Natsuki. Oh. Natsuki is quiet. This one's all right. All right? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Always dunking on our boy Link. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Whoa. Gah! Natsuki's elbows connect with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. Oh my gosh, our boy Link is on the floor, ain't he? How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. And we see the title of Natsuki's poem called I'll Be Your Beach. All right, gamers, let's go. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today, I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams, and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail and set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Okay, Natsuki, who did you have in mind, girlie? I don't know if she gets snaps this time because of the elbow to Link's stomach, but I see you, girl. Yeah? I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write about something negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, Well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever.
Okay, tandem writing, that's cool.
Ugh, you can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice.
Okay, Natsuki. Listen, we might have to introduce journaling to all four ladies because something is in the air. All right, Miss Yuri, you are up next, girlie. Let's go. Yuri is silent. Well done, Link. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these days. Has my advice been helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this, it's a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think.
I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But, Link says to himself, it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone in their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself.
Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Link? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself.
That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another.
Why me?
Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share.
Is that so? Yuri blushes and looks away. She's silent.
Yuri thinks for a good minute.
That must be terrible. She plays with her hair. For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me.
Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion.
I see. She looks towards the floor. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it.
Overthinking?
Being disliked.
Yuri.
What? What am I saying? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Her eyes closed.
All right. Do you want to share your poem now?
Okay. Here. And we see Yuri's poem titled Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clean blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath the gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sand castles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I seek my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to earth forevermore.
Okay, Miss Yuri, doing your thing. Thanks for sharing.
I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it.
Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it.
She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style.
Yikes.
I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple, on occasion, a soft smile. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while, eyes closed.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Wow, I'm surprised Link didn't call her out because Natsuki was singing the same tone. Can't think on it too hard because up next is Miss Monica. Come on now. And we see Monica. Hi, Link. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Sure haven't. Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. A big ol' smile. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Gamers, we're ready. Take that poem, Monica. Monica is silent, but smiles large. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot more time together lately, haven't you? I guess you can say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot more time together again. I see. That reminds me, Monica's smile drops. About how Sayori's been a little off today. Yeah? Did she tell you something? Oof! Monica looks nervous and to the side. Well, Link, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. All right. Just making sure. She leans over and smiles. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Link is silent. Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, all right? All right. Let's take a look-sees at Monica's poem-sees.
It is titled The Lady Who Knows Everything. Let's give it a read, gamers. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth, the lady who knows everything, a beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Wow. Let's give her some love, gamers. Let's give her some love. You know, Monica says, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind. So that's what I wrote about. That life means nothing? I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Ahaha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Interesting. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. Okay, ma'am. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Yay! Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yay! Thank you, Monica. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, okay? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez.
Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Gamers! Save mode! Sorry about you. Not on my watch. Alright, let's get back to it. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sigh, Monica says. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's all right, Yuri says.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? That's what I was thinking. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh! Yuri makes a sound. That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people? Calm down, guys, Monica says, her eyes closed. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. Her eyes open again. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations. So, let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted!
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Natsuki is silent. Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? Dang, Monica, the cracks start to show, girly. I thought you was the it girl. Yuri looks embarrassed. I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Natsuki crosses her arms and looks annoyed. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Geez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Link. And gamers, I'm going to end this episode here. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow along with the Doki Doki Literature Club saga. Because I heard this gets pretty spooky. And it's just slowly ramping up. So come with me on this journey and make sure to give the video a big ol' like if you like it. The audio portion of this episode will be available on Spotify and Apple the Game Faerie Podcast. And if you're listening on those two places, rate the podcast 5 stars, gamers. Otherwise, I hope that you're having a good old day, a good old night, or a good old time. And I will be talking to y'all gamers real soon with some more content. Bye, gamers. I'll see ya.